All right, Full Circle Fitness fans, here we are again today with another at-home workout video for you. Today it's all about total body. That's right, we're going to show you 5 exercises you could do in the comfort of your home with little to no equipment that works everything, okay? So this is for our over 50 and senior crowd. We're going to make this light weights if you got them, so 2 to 4 pounds. If you're a more advanced athlete or maybe a younger age, you can totally do these exercises too. Just do them with heavier weights, whatever you feel comfortable with doing, okay? What you are gonna need is you're gonna need a step that's about 36 inches high, chair, ottoman, something that you can sit down in and stand back up. We'll be using that in our later exercises. And again, using something 2 to 4 pounds. If you have objects at home like a water bottle or soup cans or something, those will work great as well, all right? So 5 exercises, let's get going. The first one is gonna be using one weight, and it's called a pivot, chop, and lift. Now I like holding the dumbbell. If you have a dumbbell, and you're gonna start on your left hip with this exercise, I like to hold it in my right hand and cup it with my left. So always think if I'm starting on my left hip, I cup with my right hand first. Now, as I do this exercise, my toes are starting straight, and I'm gonna lift to that opposite shoulder as I'm keeping my eyes on the dumbbell. Okay, so my whole body's rotating. This foot is pivoting. This foot pivots a little bit, but that left foot is really gonna be doing a lot of the pivoting. So I'll show you a couple times. Abs always nice and tight during this exercise. Tuck it into that left side, cup with that right hand. Rotate your whole body, keeping your eyes up on that dumbbell, and then bringing it back down. You're gonna do this for 30 seconds. And if you wanna make it a little bit harder, you can go 60 seconds on each side. So again, if I'm on the left hip, I'm gonna cup it with, the right hip, I'm gonna cup it with my left hand, and then as I'm rotating to that other side, I'm pivoting that foot, keeping my eye up on it, and then you're chopping back down to that right hip. So we'll show you a couple times. Lift, back down to a chop, making sure everything's pivoting, keeping that core nice and tight, all right? So exercise number 2, you're gonna need both weights, all right? We're gonna do a standing lateral kick with a curl and press. That's what this exercise is gonna be. Great for working those outside glute muscles and those outside leg muscles for stabilizing the hip and strengthening that hip, and also working the arms and shoulders. So start with shoulder width apart, dumbbells, palms facing in. We're gonna lean to one leg, and you're gonna kick that leg out. Place that foot back down, do a curl, flip to a press all the way above your head, and then reverse back down. Repeat. You can alternate sides when you're doing this, okay? Curl and press. Or you can go one side at a time. 30 to 60 seconds each side, or 60 seconds total when you're doing alternating sides. Now, if you're a part of my audience that doesn't feel comfortable with that balance aspect right there when you're abducting that leg away, you can easily drop one weight, use the wall for balance. So now I'm standing on my left leg. I'm gonna kick that leg out using the wall to help me balance, place it back down, curl with one arm, and then press. So then you would do 30 to 60 seconds each side, making sure you're using the wall for balance, okay? All right, so there you go. There's 2 different ways to do it. The third exercise, you're gonna need the step, and then I'll show you a way to do it if you want a more advanced movement to do it without the step as well. So sitting down, we're gonna have the dumbbells in each side. All right, so this is a seated knee raise to extension with a front raise, okay? So raise the knee up, kick the foot out, bring it back down, and then front raise. Now, if you have shoulder issues and doing your palms down with that raise, never raise it above shoulder level first off. But if you're raising it this way with the palms down and it does hurt your shoulders, like in a video earlier we described, you can do open scapation, which is thumbs up, raising it here. You can move the angle out a little bit as well, maybe raising it here. Okay, if you're still having shoulder pain doing it, try doing it without weight as well, okay? And if that still has shoulder pain, then you can go into maybe an external rotation, keeping your elbows in. But the movement is raising the knee up, extending the foot out. Make sure you're squeezing that quad when you're doing it, okay? It's not just simply kicking the leg out. And then front raise. So alternate your feet, okay, that you're raising up and extending out. Alternate your legs, and you're gonna do this for 60 seconds. Now, if you want to do this exercise standing up, okay, you simply, in a standing position, raise the knee up, extend the leg out, place it back down, and then do a front raise. And again, there is some balance element to this. A lot of times in our total body workouts, we're adding all elements to it. Raising the knee up, kick out, front raise. If you don't want to do the balance element, but you still don't want to sit down either, again, go back to that wall. You're raising the knee up, extend out, squeezing that thigh, bringing it down, and then you're doing a front raise with one arm. So 30 to 60 seconds on that exercise. That's exercise number 3. Now, exercise number 4, again, we're going to use this step. Okay, and you're going to do a stand-up, sit-down with a kickback, so a tricep kickback. All right? And again, I'll show you how to do it without the step if you want to make it more advanced. But for most of our crowd, if you have bad knee issues, always use the stepper chair, okay? So we're starting with feet shoulder width apart, abs nice and tight, shoulders back. We're gonna lean forward and pushing off the middle of our feet, okay? Don't try to push off your toes too much. Push off the middle of our feet, squeezing our quads. We stand, okay? Good. Get to this position, core nice and tight. Now, as we come back down, we're gonna kick back and then sit down. All right, so I'll show you that motion again. So leaning forward, we're keeping our elbows in nice and tight. We stand up. Now, as we squat down, before we touch, we kick back and then sit. We're activating those leg muscles in the glutes. I'll show you from the side view. All right, elbows tucked in nice and tight. We're gonna stand up, leaning forward first, pushing through the middle of our feet. Stand up. Then as we squat back down, that's where we're gonna kick and then come back down. If that hurts your knees too much, you can simply sit down all the way, then kick back, and then come back up. So you would stand all the way up, sit all the way down, and then kick back if that's bothering your knees. But try to challenge yourself by not sitting down and doing the arm kick back first. Now, if you still want something even more challenging without the step, you would just do a squat to a kick back and then stand up, okay? So squat, kick back, and then stand up. So that would be even a harder way to do it if you don't have any knee or hip issues, all right? Now, going into the last exercise, we're gonna be doing a deadlift with alternating rows, okay? And we'll show you 2 different ways to do this. A lot of times with my clients that are doing deadlifts and people that are over 60 or seniors, I want to make sure they're doing the form properly, so I'll make them stand against the wall. So imagine your butt is touching the wall, our hands are straight out in front of us with palms not facing each other. Okay, we call it a neutral grip. You're going to lean forward, keeping that butt against the wall. You're going to alternate your rows, and then you're going to stand up. When you have your butt against the wall, I recommend stepping out a little bit away from the wall, maybe about a foot, foot and a half, because it'll give you more range of motion when you're bending over. So it's a safe and effective way to do this to make sure that your back is staying straight on this deadlift, and then you're gonna row both arms and stand back up. And again, we're doing 30 to 60 seconds on these. 60 seconds if you wanna make it a little more challenging. I'm gonna show you how to do it with your butt not against the wall from a side view. You don't have to use the wall. I would recommend using the wall if you've never done a deadlift before. So we're gonna lean down, palms facing in, okay? Sticking that butt really far out. I see a lot of people that round their back when they're doing deadlifts. Don't do that, okay? Always think like you're trying to stick your butt back and you're trying to keep your chest up and shoulders back, head facing down, all right? That's gonna give your spine a nice neutral position. A lot of times people will let their core collapse. You gotta keep your core tight, stick your butt way up high, okay? And then keep those abs tight. You're gonna alternate rows and then stand back up. So again, that full motion, sticking that butt out, keeping that core tight, making sure that spine's nice and neutral. You're gonna row, and then squeezing the back of those legs and lower back. You're gonna come all the way up. This is an exercise to work the hamstrings, the lower back, the glutes, everything posterior from the hip down, and then they work in the arms and obviously the upper back as well. So a great overall exercise to finish with. So there you go, guys. There's 5 exercises for another at-home workout video series that you can do in the comfort of your own home to work everything. So again, try this for 2 to 3 rounds. If you want to make it harder, you can always add more weights, and we'll be doing more videos to show more advanced movements in the future. So remember, be safe, be active, and we'll see you soon.